What is true happiness? Welcome back to Echo English. Today we are going to talk about one of the deepest and most important questions of human life. What is true happiness? Every human being, no matter who they are or where they come from, is searching for happiness in some form. Some people search for it through money, some through success, some through relationships, fame, luxury, power, or achievements. From childhood itself, we are taught to believe that happiness is something waiting somewhere in the future. People grow up believing that one day after achieving certain goals, life will finally feel complete. But despite all the progress, comfort, technology, and opportunities available today, millions of people still feel emotionally tired, mentally restless, and internally empty. This creates a painful question. If humans are achieving more than ever before, why are so many people still unhappy inside? The answer is simple but uncomfortable. Most people are searching for happiness in places where it can never permanently exist. The illusion society creates about happiness. Society slowly trains people to postpone happiness. Children are told to study hard now so they can enjoy life later. Adults sacrifice peace, sleep, health, and relationships, believing that happiness will eventually arrive after success. The human mind becomes trapped inside an endless cycle of after. A student thinks happiness will come after exams. An employee believes happiness will come after promotion. A businessman believes happiness will come after becoming rich. But the strange thing is that every time people achieve one goal, another desire immediately appears. The finish line keeps moving forever. This happens because human desire has no final limit. The mind always wants more. More money, more status, more beauty, more validation, more attention. And the more people depend completely on external achievements for happiness, the more emotionally unstable they become because external things constantly change. Wealth can disappear, beauty fades, relationships break, and success never remains permanent forever. If happiness depends entirely on permanent things, then happiness itself also becomes temporary. Pleasure and happiness are not the same. One of the biggest mistakes people make is confusing pleasure with true happiness. Pleasure is temporary excitement created by external experiences. Buying something new gives pleasure. Eating favorite food gives pleasure. Receiving compliments gives pleasure. Entertainment gives pleasure. But after some time, the excitement disappears. The human mind quickly adopts and starts craving another source of stimulation. This is why many people are trapped in endless cycles of distraction and consumption. They constantly need something new to feel good because temporary pleasure never fully satisfies the deeper emotional needs of the heart. True happiness is completely different. It is not loud excitement, it is inner peace. It is emotional stability. It is the calmness of the mind when life becomes difficult. Real happiness is the ability to sit quietly with yourself without feeling empty. It is freedom from constantly needing validation from others. True happiness comes when the mind stops fighting reality all the time. The modern world is full of noise. Modern life has made true happiness even harder to find. Today, people are surrounded by noise every second. Phones constantly demand attention. Social media creates endless comparison. People rarely spend time alone with their own thoughts anymore because silence itself has become uncomfortable. Social media, especially, has deeply affected human psychology. Every day, people see edited versions of other people's lives, luxury vacations, expensive lifestyles, perfect relationships, achievements, and success stories. Slowly, comparison begins poisoning the mind. People start believing everyone else is happier and more successful than them. But what they fail to understand is that social media mostly shows highlights, not reality. Behind many smiling pictures are hidden struggles nobody can see. The celebrity who looks happy may secretly feel lonely. The businessman who appears successful may suffer from anxiety. The influencer who looks confident online may feel emotionally exhausted privately. Humans have become experts at hiding pain behind attractive appearances, and comparison destroys happiness because it teaches people to ignore their own blessings while obsessing over someone else's life. The story of the wealthy businessman. There was once a wealthy businessman who spent his entire life chasing success. He worked day and night for decades, built companies, earned enormous wealth, and achieved everything society considers successful. People admired him and wished to become like him. But internally, he constantly felt exhausted. His mind was always full of stress, fear, pressure, and anxiety. While sitting with family, his thoughts remained trapped inside business problems and future worries. One day, during a journey, his car stopped near a small village. While waiting for help, he noticed an old farmer sitting peacefully near a river, quietly watching the sunset with a smile on his face. The businessman became curious because the farmer looked more peaceful than many rich people he knew. He walked toward him and asked, "How can you sit here with such a simple life and still look so happy?" The farmer smiled gently and replied, "Because I learned something important long ago. A person who cannot feel peace with little will never feel peace with much." The businessman stayed silent. The farmer continued, "I have enough food for today, people who care about me, and peace in my heart. I do not need life to become perfect before allowing myself to feel happy." That night, the businessman could not sleep because for the first time in many years he realized something painful. He had spent his entire life learning how to earn money but forgotten how to truly live. Why comparison destroys inner peace? Comparison is one of the fastest ways to destroy happiness. The moment people start comparing their lives with others, gratitude begins disappearing. Instead of appreciating what they already have, they start suffering over what they lack. Social media has made this problem much worse because people constantly compare their real lives with someone else's edited highlights. But every human being has struggles hidden behind closed doors. Nobody's life is perfect. Even people who appear successful often fight private battles nobody knows about. True happiness begins when people stop asking, "Why is my life not like theirs?" and start asking, "How can I peacefully live my own life?" Peace enters life when comparison leaves the mind. True happiness exists in simple moments. One of the biggest truths about happiness is that it often hides inside ordinary moments. A peaceful conversation with loved ones, laughing sincerely with family, watching rain quietly, helping another person without expecting anything in return, spending time with people who truly understand you. These moments may not look impressive on social media, but they touch the human heart deeply because they are real. Many people become so obsessed with chasing extraordinary lives that they completely miss the beauty of ordinary lives. They are physically present but mentally absent. Even during beautiful moments, their minds are trapped in worries about the future or regrets about the past. But life always happens in the present moment. True happiness cannot exist inside a constantly restless mind. Happiness does not mean a problem free life. Many people believe happy people are those who never experience pain or struggle, but this is not reality. Every human being faces failures, heartbreaks, uncertainty, disappointment, and loss. The difference is that emotionally wise people do not allow difficulties to completely destroy their inner peace. They understand that suffering is part of life. But unnecessary mental torture comes from constantly resisting reality. They stop expecting life to become perfect before allowing themselves to feel grateful. They realize that peace comes not from controlling everything around them, but from controlling their response to life. This understanding changes everything internally. The power of gratitude. One of the greatest secrets behind true happiness is gratitude. Human beings naturally focus more on what is missing instead of appreciating what already exists. A healthy person forgets the value of health until sickness arrives. A person surrounded by loved ones often forgets their importance until loneliness appears. Gratitude changes perspective completely. It trains the mind to notice blessings instead of constantly focusing on lack. And strangely, people who practice gratitude often feel emotionally richer even if they are not materially rich. Because happiness has always been more connected to perspective than possessions. The deepest truth about happiness. At the deepest level, true happiness comes from within. No amount of money, fame, beauty, or achievement can permanently heal a disturbed mind. External success may temporarily distract emotional emptiness, but it cannot completely remove it. This is why inner work is extremely important. Understanding yourself, healing emotionally, learning patience, controlling unnecessary desires, protecting your mental peace, building meaningful relationships, finding purpose beyond material success. These things create lasting fulfillment. A peaceful mind can enjoy even simple life deeply, while a disturbed mind struggles to enjoy anything for long. At the end of life, people rarely regret not buying more expensive things. They regret not spending enough time with people they loved. They regret not expressing feelings honestly. They regret living under constant stress. They regret not enjoying life while they still had time. Eventually, humans realize that happiness was never hidden inside luxury, status, or endless achievements. It was hidden inside gratitude, awareness, meaningful relationships, inner peace, and simple moments all along. And maybe the saddest part of modern life is that people spend years searching everywhere outside for happiness without realizing that the peace they seek has been quietly waiting inside them the entire time. If this video gave you a new perspective on life, subscribe to Echo English and continue this journey of learning not only English but also wisdom, awareness, and deeper understanding about life. And before you leave, think deeply about this question. If everything you are chasing disappeared tomorrow, would you still know how to feel happy?